Hello, you. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm Yaz, and this class is dedicated to checking in with yourself, checking in with your mind, with your body, with your spirit, with your emotions. We'll be checking in, and that's my favorite thing about yoga is I use it to become more self-aware of what is going on internally. And so I'll be guiding you through that today. And I invite you to make your environment, your ambiance, even more welcoming, even more conducive to you reconnecting with yourself, to you relaxing and opening up enough so that you can become more self aware. And so I have some dimmer lighting, I have my candle burning over there, I have a cup of tea here. So, whatever you would like in this moment, that'll help you to ground and go more inward, I would say go ahead and set that up. You can pause the video now to do so. So you'll see me take a couple sips of tea throughout. Also, make sure that you have some blocks and or a blanket nearby. If you don't have blocks, that's okay, but I definitely recommend having a blanket or a pillow nearby for this practice. And we'll go ahead and get started in a comfortable seat. So you can join me in easy seat if you'd like, or if you'd like to extend both legs out in front, sit in thunderbolt on your knees, whatever you feel called to sit in at this moment that'll allow you to relax as we go into our breath work. So find your comfortable seat. You can rest your hands down with your palm facing down. Bring your spine in a nice straight alignment. So make sure your chin isn't leaning too far forward, but go ahead and bring your chin, your neck, shoulders, hips all in one straight, nice line as though you're sitting against a wall. So sitting nice and tall. Inhale here. Exhale, relax your shoulders away from your ears. We often tend to have our shoulders up, especially when we're stressed and we're carrying a lot of tension and weight around. And I give you permission to go ahead and release your shoulders down. And if they were up, just notice. No judgment here, no expectations, just notice. And we'll go into a 3-part breathing exercise here. So if you're unfamiliar, what that is it's going to be a very long, deep, intentional breath where we start with filling up the belly and then filling up the ribs, feeling them expand, and then filling the air all the way into the heart center, the chest. We'll hold for about a second or two, and then we'll release, exhale in the opposite order. So releasing from our chest, releasing from our ribs, and then releasing from our lower belly. All right, so it might sound like a lot, but it feels so good, and you will be so appreciative of yourself afterwards. And so we'll start here. You can close your eyes or lower your gaze and just listen to the sound of my voice. Prepare to take a big inhale here. So go ahead and inhale, filling up the bottom of your belly, then your ribs. Feel the air go into your chest. Hold your breath here briefly. And exhale from your chest, from your ribs, from your belly. And again, right into it, inhaling into your belly, into your ribs. Really feel everything expand into your chest. Hold briefly. Exhale from your chest, from your ribs, from your belly. Inhale from your belly, from your ribs. Fill up your chest. Hold briefly. Exhale from your chest, from your ribs, from your belly. Inhale from your belly, fill it up. Next, fill up your ribs. Fill up your chest. Hold briefly. Exhale, empty your chest, empty your ribs, empty your belly. And don't be afraid to really let your belly expand here. This is a safe space. Inhale, fill up your belly nice and big. Fill up your ribs. Fill up your chest. Exhale, empty your chest, empty your ribs, empty your belly. Inhale, fill up your belly, fill up your ribs, fill up your chest. Hold at the top. Exhale, empty your chest, empty your ribs, empty your belly. You're doing great. Inhale again, fill up your belly, fill up your ribs, fill up your chest. Pause here, notice what your shoulders are doing. Have you lifted them up by your ears again? If so, as we exhale, drop them down away from your ears. Empty your chest, empty your ribs, empty your belly. 3 more here. Inhale, fill your belly, still sitting up nice and tall. Fill your ribs, fill up your chest. Hold at the top for a second. Exhale, empty your chest, empty your ribs, empty your belly. Inhale from your belly, fill your ribs, fill your chest. Hold. Exhale, empty your chest, empty your ribs, empty your belly. On this last one, really notice if you're grabbing really hard onto your legs. Notice what your body is doing here and really follow that breath as it travels through you. Last one, be very intentional here. Inhale, filling up your belly. Feel your belly expand. Feel your ribs expand. Feel your chest expand. Hold briefly. And take in one more sip of air, just when you think you can't take in anymore. One more sip of inhale. And exhale, you can sigh it out. Into your chest, your ribs, and your belly. And you can breathe normally here. And we'll go into our next stretch, so you can gently open your eyes. And we'll take our hands, inhale, open them up wide to the side, shoulder width. Exhale, you can place them both on the mat as far from your body as what is comfortable. And we'll do a gentle neck stretch here. So take an inhale to sit up nice and tall. So again, shoulders directly over your hips. So we're not leaning forward and we're not leaning back. And bring your chin back to be in line, your neck in line with the rest of your spine. Inhale here, sitting up nice and tall. Exhale and let your head tilt to the right. So right ear to your right shoulder. And let gravity do the work here. So there is no need to force your head over. All you did was guided it over. And now that your head is tilted, just let gravity do its thing. Release your control. And since this is a self-check-in, I want you to check in with the left side of your neck here. Notice any sensations. Notice if there was any pain here that maybe you didn't pay attention to before, or if you did pay attention to it, maybe you hadn't gotten to working out any crooks or kinks or pain that was there. So just notice it and take an inhale here. And exhale, sending your breath into the left side of your neck. And imagine that exhale being you giving yourself permission to release here. And again, making sure that those shoulders are away from your ears, so not scrunched up. And also notice what your thighs, your legs, your feet are doing. So although we aren't actively stretching those areas right now, they may want to tense up. But give yourself permission to release any tension you might be holding there. We're here for a few more seconds, noticing that left side of your neck, noticing the sensations there as the sensations are moving through your neck in this stretch. One last inhale. Exhale, gently bring your head back up to center, taking your time. Take an inhale here. And exhale, let your neck fall over to the left side this time. So left ear to left shoulder. This time noticing the sensations along the right side of your neck. Taking an inhale here. Exhaling to send your breath into the right side of your neck. Giving yourself permission to release any tension, to especially relax that right shoulder. It might want to raise up a little bit here, but keep it leveled at the same level that your left shoulder is. Notice what your jaw is doing. Are you clenching your teeth? Is your tongue at the roof of your mouth? If so, give yourself permission to relax your mouth. Add some space in between your teeth. Relax your face. And just notice, just check in with yourself. There's no judgment, no expectations. We are simply checking in. No right or wrong here. A few more seconds. And inhale here. Exhale, gently bring your head back up to center. And this time we're still sitting up nice and tall. Our chin is still aligned directly, or we pushed it back a little so our neck is directly in line with the rest of our spine. Take an inhale to sit up nice and tall here. Imagine your crown of your head being pulled up into the ceiling, so nice and tall. Exhale and tilt your head forward this time. So let your chin come closer to your chest. And feel the sensations along the back of your neck here. And maybe a little in your shoulders and your upper back. Just notice. Just notice here, no judgment. Again, making sure those shoulders are staying down and away from your ears so you can get the most out of this stretch. Unclench your jaw, relax your legs. Sometimes we need those reminders. I myself also have to remind myself to untense and unclench things in my body, so it's okay. And one last inhale here, really letting your head hang nice and heavy. Exhale, gently bring your head back up to center. And we'll just go in the opposite direction since we do spend a lot of time hunched over looking at phones and books and sitting at desks. And so we'll inhale here, sitting up nice and tall again. Chin pressed back so your neck is aligned with your spine. Inhale. Exhale and just let your head fall back. So we're not pressing it, we're not forcing it. As far as what is comfortable, once you get a nice look at the ceiling, you can stop if you feel any pinching, any tension, any discomfort. I invite you to lift your head up some, so you don't have to flip your head all the way back, but just look up at the ceiling. When's the last time you looked up at your ceiling? Just notice. Notice what's up there. Again, relax those legs if they started to lock up a little and tense up. You can close your eyes too if you'd like, but chin up, gaze up. A few more seconds here. And inhale here. Exhale, gently bring your head back up to center. And we'll inhale, lifting both hands out wide and then up to the sky above our heads, really reaching, imagining there's someone above you who's trying to pull you up by your hands. So hands nice and long, fingers engaged, open, strong. And as we exhale, we're going to twist to the left. So left hand comes behind you like a kickstand into the ground. Right hand on the outside of your left knee. You can inhale to sit up nice and tall. Exhale to twist a little deeper. And in this twist, I invite you to not worry about looking over your left shoulder. Just look to the side with a more neutral gaze so you can protect your neck. And instead focus on pressing your left shoulder back so you can get a better twist in your spine. So imagine your shoulder is reaching towards the back of the room, not your neck, but your shoulder. Inhale to sit up tall. Exhale to press your shoulder back a little bit more. Relax your glutes. It might want to tense up here. Relax your right shoulder down. And just notice, we're doing our self-check-in. Notice your spine. How is it feeling in this stretch? Are you noticing any areas that had any tension, any discomfort? Just notice, make a mental note. A few more seconds here. And inhale here. Exhale, we'll gently release, twist back to center. Inhale, both arms out wide and then up to the sky. Again, somebody's trying to pull you up by your hands. Exhale, we'll twist to the right this time. So right hand behind you, palm flat on the ground like a kickstand. Left hand is just outside your right knee, and we'll twist to the right. So again, to protect your neck, we're not focused on looking over our right shoulder. So we're relaxing our neck a little more. I have mine in the same direction as my chest. And just focus on pressing your right shoulder back more. And see how that feels. Notice the difference here versus if you had your head twisted. Notice how this feels different in your neck. And just breathe here, making mental notes. So no real action items other than to breathe and be present. Make your mental notes. Inhale to sit up nice and tall one last time. Exhale to twist that right shoulder back a little bit more. Focusing on your breath. And inhale here. Exhale, gently untwist to come back to center. And I'm going to turn to the long side of my mat. So if you weren't already turned that way, you can. And we're going to use our blocks for this one. So if you have your blocks, go ahead and grab them. If not, it's not absolutely necessary, so you'll be fine without it. But we're going to take our blocks. I have mine on the lowest side. You may need to put yours on the second level, depending on where your flexibility is, but just gauge and listen to your body. And so I put mine back on the lowest level. We're going to go into a forward fold, so legs straight out in front, hands rested on the block so they're just below my knee. We'll inhale to sit up tall here. Exhale, and you can gently start to round your spine. Let your head be heavy here. Relax your neck. Relax your hands. So if your fingers want to naturally curl, you can let them do so. This is a passive forward fold. So we're not pulling. We're not engaging any muscles here. We are just allowing ourselves to be, and we are noticing what is there. And you can let your shoulders round a little bit here, giving them some release. Notice how you feel. Notice if you feel any tension leaving your shoulders, leaving your upper back that's rounded, leaving your neck. And relax your face, unclench your jaw, unwrinkle your forehead, remove your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Just breathe here. I also notice sometimes when I'm home, I tend to suck in my stomach. I think it's because I've trained myself so much to have my stomach look as flat as it possibly can when I'm out in society. But yoga has helped me to become comfortable with letting my stomach stick out so I can breathe to the fullest of my ability. So I invite you to do the same. Relax your stomach. Let air flow through it. There's no one to impress here. It's just you. And you are just right as you are in this moment. A few more seconds here. Really make the most of these last few seconds in this pose. See if you can release a little bit more. Let your top half hang a little bit heavier. Relaxing your legs, relaxing your toes. And just checking in with your body, seeing what you notice. And if you don't notice anything at this time, that's okay too. This is not a test. And inhale here. Exhale, you can gently use your hands to walk yourself back up to an upright position. And since we were just folded forward, we'll go into a staff pose just so we can straighten our spine out the opposite direction. So you may or may not need blocks for this pose. You can have them nearby. So with staff, we'll stay seated here, hands by your sit bones. And as we take an inhale, we'll sit up nice and tall. Exhale, you can press into your palms as though you're going to lift your hips off the mat, but they're not lifting. So nice and tall, shoulders down and away from your ears. So we're not slouched, but shoulders down and away to add some space in between your shoulders. If this is difficult on your wrists, or if you have long arms like I do, it might be more beneficial to sit on a block or to sit on your pillow. And then hands by the side. You see this is a little bit easier to do here. So listen to your body, see what you need, and then give yourself what you need without judgment. Okay, you need what you need. Judging solves nothing. So go into your staff position, whichever way you chose, with or without a block or pillow. Inhale here to sit up nice and tall. Exhale to open up your chest, rolling your shoulders down and away from your ears. Slight bend in your elbow is also okay, so they don't have to be perfectly straight. But looking straight in front of you, you can engage your toes. So flex your feet, flex your toes, open them up like so. Fan your toes out. Breathe in here. Inhale. Exhale. Listen to your body. Observe. See what you're feeling. How are your arms feeling? How are your feet feeling since you got those toes flexed? One last inhale here. Exhale. You can release. And we will find our way to our hands and knees. All right, and once we get to our hands and knees, we're going to go into a child's pose. So you can bring your big toes together and your knees wide. The good thing about having your knees wide is it gives you more space for the rest of your body to gently rest down. Now, if this pose is uncomfortable, if you have any knee discomfort, if you have your blanket nearby, you can just fold it up and place it right behind your knees. So basically on top of your calves, behind your knees. You can come into child's pose this way, bringing your knees a little bit closer if you need to. Or if you have your blocks and your butt is up a little high and you want to relax, you can stack your blocks on top of each other and use them to sit on as you walk your hands forward. So again, listening to your body, not judging, giving yourself what you need in order to succeed here and to get the optimal relaxation that you deserve. So we're going to our child's pose. I'll be doing so without props, but do whatever feels best for you in this moment. Forehead to the mat, walking your hands forward. Inhale here. Exhale, relax your forearms to the mat. Roll your shoulders down and away from your ears. Relax your feet, relax your fingers, relax your face. And let's do our check-in. How's your neck feeling here? Give yourself permission to relax it. Notice if you're holding your breath. Take nice full breaths here. You deserve it. Let your stomach get as big as it wants to get in these breaths. And really breathe here. While I'm in child's pose, I also like to notice how the earth is supporting me. So just notice that while you're here, you don't have to do anything. The earth is holding you up. You can be as heavy as you need to be. Without judgment, without expectation. And one last inhale here. And exhale, you can sigh it out. Now this next inhale, we'll walk our hands over to the left side. So still in child's pose, but we're getting a nice lateral stretch so you can walk your hands over to the left. Inhale here. Exhale, bringing your forehead back in contact with the mat. You should really feel the stretch along the right side of your torso, your ribs. Take an inhale here, breathing nice and big, noticing how your ribs, your right side body feels as you fill your ribs with air, right side. Exhale, send your breath over there. Relax those shoulders back down. That left leg might want to tense up a little since we're adding a little pressure on top of it. Leaning over to this side, you can give yourself permission to release it and just notice. Notice what that leg is doing. We're also going to take some cleansing breaths while we're in this pose. These breaths will have a humming sound, and this humming sound massages your internal organs. Okay, so that's the purpose of us taking this breath, so we can massage our internal organs because they deserve some love too. And so with that breath, you'll take an inhale and exhale, hum and make the sound. Really feel your organs vibrate with that breath. We'll do 2 more. Inhale here, filling up with air. Exhale, hum. Last one on this side. Inhale. Exhale, hum it out. All right, and now we'll walk our hands over to the right side. So taking your time. Hope y'all are enjoying this check-in so far as much as I am. Inhale here. Exhale, bring your forehead back in contact with the mat. Relax your forearms back down. Relax both shoulders away from your ears, adding some space. Inhale here, really feel your left ribs, your left side body expand as you fill your body with air, with life energy. Exhale, you can sigh it out. Again, noticing your body, notice what that right leg is doing. Is it tightening up since we're now over on the right side of our body? Notice and give yourself permission to release tension there. Notice what your mouth is doing. Is it relaxed? Is there space in between your teeth? Notice your breath. Is it shallow? Are you taking full breaths? Really get curious here. And we'll do those humming breaths to massage our internal organs again. So go ahead and take an inhale here through your nose. Exhale, hum it out. And inhale again through your nose. Exhale, hum it out. Really make the last breath intentional. Imagine your organs healing here. Imagine them revitalizing. Imagine them being filled with life here on this last one. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, hum it out. All right, you can walk your hands back to center. And walk your hands towards your body so we can come back to an upright position. And we'll stretch out our toes a little bit here since we tend to neglect them when we wear shoes, or oftentimes we don't even look at them. So we're not going to ignore them today. You can come onto your hands and knees and bend your toes under. And you can shift your hips back a little to put a little pressure on your toes if you want to spread them a little so your pinky toe can get some love. You can use your hands to spread them out. But really observe your toes here. Notice what this stretch is making you feel, especially since we don't stretch our toes often. They might be a little tight. They might be a little resistant. If you would like to stretch a little bit more, only if your body is open to it. We're not forcing here. You can come even more upright to add a little more of a stretch, but only if it feels good. Again, there's no expectations. This is not a test. This is a judgment-free zone. So if you want to stay down, you can, and you can still get a really good stretch by just pressing your hips back. A couple more seconds here for the toes. Place your focus there. Notice what they're doing. Notice what your face is doing here. Is it relaxed? Is it tense? Are you twisting up your lip, making sound effects? Just notice what you're doing. No judgment. Inhale here. Exhale. You can come back to your hands and knees. You can bend your toes back to where they were originally with the top of your feet to the mat, and you can just pitter patter your feet, roll your ankles. Notice how they feel. Especially if you do a lot of standing throughout your day. Notice how they feel. All right, and from here, we're going to invite our blanket if you have any knee discomfort as we go into our lizard pose. So I'll first show you without the blanket, and also you may need the blocks. I'll show that also. So in lizard pose, we're on our hands and knees here. We're going to bring our left foot up to the top of our mat. So both of our hands are on the right side of our body. Left leg is all the way to the left side of the mat here. And we're in this lizard pose, all right? So if you're finding it difficult to bring your hands to the mat, you can get your blocks on whichever level you need it. This is the lowest level. Or you can put it on the highest level, which that's more of a lunge than lizard pose, but depending on where your body is, it may be helpful. I invite you to go into the lowest level or without the blocks. So listen to your body. I'll keep the blocks here for demonstration purposes, but you want to make sure that your knee is aligned over your ankle. You don't want your knee past your toes. So look down and see where your knee is and notice if your knee is past your toes, maybe slide your foot up some more so that your knee can be more aligned with your ankle. All right, take an inhale here. Exhale, press through your palms, widening, lengthening your spine. Roll your shoulders down your back, away from your ears, chest nice and open. Gaze directly in front of you. You can also have a micro bend in your arms, so your elbows don't need to be locked out and completely straight, but a slight bend in your elbows so we don't injure that joint or overextend it there. But nice open chest here. Feeling the inside of that left hip and feeling your psoas muscle along the front of your right side body. Notice what's happening. Notice the sensations in your body. Notice what your face is doing as a reaction to these sensations. How are you feeling? Ask yourself. You can ask yourself out loud, how are we feeling? Were your hips tight from sitting? You feel any stress in your body? Just notice. And for these last few seconds, I invite you to engage those left toes so you can lift those toes off the mat and spread them out, flex them, and look at your toes too. We don't look at them that often. Take a look. You can wiggle them out a little, but still with the good posture, with the long spine, shoulders down away from the ears, nice and tall. Inhale here. Exhale, you can relax those toes down, and we're going to shift our hips back to a half split. So everything else is staying the same, legs are staying the same. All I'm doing is pushing into my hands to shift my hips back, and my foot is coming up onto my heel. So I haven't moved my leg, I've only come up onto my heel. I'm going to move the blocks for this one. You can keep them there if you'd like, but for this, I invite you to bring your left hand to the outside of your left leg so you can be more centered. Because we were like this in lizard, we want to be more centered. And that back right leg should be at a 90-degree right angle. Inhale here to lengthen your spine. So imagine again, rolling those shoulders down and away. And imagine your chest coming diagonally a little, coming forward a little. And imagine your hips pressing back. So hips are pressing back, chest is coming forward a little, shoulders rolling down away from your back. And you can either come up onto your fingertips, or if you still have those blocks nearby, you can use your blocks. Breathe here. Notice what your hamstring is doing. And depending on how your body is, this left leg might not want to be straight right now. It might be a little more bent, and that's okay too. What matters is that you feel the stretch in your body. So each of our bodies are different. So notice how your leg is feeling. Inhale here. Exhale, send your breath into that left leg. And notice what that back right leg is doing. Is it tensing up here? If so, go ahead and give yourself permission to release tension and make a mental note. Just noticing here for the last few seconds. Go ahead and flex those left toes, engage them for these last few seconds, spread them out. And imagine as you exhale, you're sending your breath all the way from your chest, through your left hip, all the way down your left leg, all the way to your left toes. And we'll envision that with this next round of breath. Inhale here. Exhale, send your breath all the way to those left toes. Last inhale here. Exhale, and we'll come back forward as though we're going to go into lizard, but we'll do a low lunge this time. So you can have your block, your right block on the inside. That's the only one you'll need this time, because we're going to go into a gentle twist. So pressing into your right hand, using it to stabilize, we'll lift our left hand and bring it to our left thigh. Inhale here, elongating your spine, shoulders down away from your back, chest nice and open here. And as you exhale, gently use that left hand to turn your left shoulder back. So remember, with these twists, we aren't focusing so much on turning our head back and straining our neck, but we're pressing into that left hand to gently guide your left shoulder back. And this is a gentle twist, so no need to completely twist around like a Twizzler. That's not what we're doing here. A small twist is just fine. Even if you're just looking at the left side of the room, that is a twist. Breathe in here for a few seconds. And I forgot to mention, if you have knee issues, when we're in lunges and things like that, you can place a blanket under your knee. So that definitely helps. Mine feels better already after doing that. All right, we're here for a few more seconds. And inhale here. Exhale. You can bring both hands back to the mat. Move our blocks out the way. We'll bend our left knee back to come back to our child's pose. So if you needed the blanket or blocks before, you can put them back where they need to go. Walk your hands forward, forehead to the mat. Relaxing your shoulders and forearms down as we reset before we go into our right side. Notice your body. Notice how the left side feels versus the right side, since we've only done one side so far. Check in with your mind. What thoughts are coming across your mind? Notice them and give yourself permission to release them in this moment. And take one last inhale here. Exhale, we'll make our way back to our hands and knees. And we'll do that sequence again on our right side. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my blocks, or I'll do them without the blocks this time in case you don't have them. We're going to step our right foot up just outside of both hands, so just outside of our right hand. All right, and again, if you need support under that left knee, you can put a blanket under that knee. That'll feel a little bit better on the floor. Inhale here. Press through your palms, lengthen your spine. Press your shoulders down your back, away from your ears, so adding some space. Chest nice and open, and your gaze directly in front of you. Or you can look down at the mat. So down at the mat or directly in front of you, whatever is most comfortable. But I invite you to look in front so we can really elongate our spine. Inhale here. Exhale, send some love into that left hip and into your right hip. So one might be a little tighter than the other. I'm noticing that the front of my left hip, the inner corner of my left hip, is much more tight than the right one was. It is normal. So no judgment. Just notice, make your mental notes. What's your face doing right now? What thoughts are entering your mind in this pose? Is it uncomfortable? Does it feel good? What are you feeling? Notice. Check in with yourself. Shoulders still rolled down. Spine still nice and long. Gaze still forward. Again, making sure your knee is not going past those toes. If you need to slide that front right foot up some, go ahead and do so. We don't want to cause any injuries here. For these last few seconds, we'll engage our right toes. So flex and spread those toes. Take a look at them. Regardless of what they look like, say hello. Good to see you, toes. Thank you for helping me stand. Inhale here. And exhale. You can relax your toes down. We'll shift back into our half splits. So remember, just moving your hips back. And you can come up onto your heel. I'm going to take my right hand, bring it to the outside of my right leg. So now I'm more centered over that leg. Take an inhale here. Exhale, send your breath into your right hamstring along the back of your right leg. Notice your face. What is it doing? If you need your blocks for this pose, you can go ahead and grab them. Listen to your body. And imagine your hips are coming back. Your chest is pressing forward. Again, if there is a bend in that front right leg, that's fine. Listen to your body without judgment. Give yourself what you need without judgment. Check in. How are you feeling? Relax that back left leg. Shoulders down away from your ears. And for these last few seconds, we're going to flex our right toes, flex your right foot. And if you flex, you'll feel more of a stretch here. If that is too intense and it's painful, you can skip it. You don't have to do it. It's your choice. And inhale here. Exhale. You can move your blocks if you would like, or you can keep them nearby. And we'll come back into our gentle twist. So we're in our lunge. Left hand is now on the mat. We'll take our right hand, rest it on our thigh. Inhale here, open up your chest, elongate your spine, gaze in front of you. Exhale, start gently pressing into your right thigh with your right hand so you can twist your right shoulder back. So again, don't worry about looking to the back with your neck. You can keep your neck neutral and just twist your right shoulder back. See how that feels. How are the muscles in your left leg feeling? Notice your sensations. Notice your jaw. Are you clenching your teeth again? Relax your face. A few more seconds. And inhale here one more time in this gentle twist. Exhale. Come back to our child's pose to reset One last time. If you need to move your blocks, you can move them. Or if you needed them for child's pose, you know what to do. Set yourself up. Hips back onto your heels, forehead to the mat. You can relax those forearms down. Shoulders away from your ears. Letting them hang down nice and heavy. Notice your body, how it's feeling now that we've completed both sides of that sequence. You can ask yourself, how are we feeling? And inhale here. Exhale, you can come back up to your hands and knees and then just flow through to your stomach. All right, so on your stomach, we're gonna come to Sphinx pose. So bring your arms flat, your forearms flat beside your body. You can bring your elbows directly under your shoulders. So a straight line here. We're not too far forward. We're not too far back unless that's what you need. Just gauge. But I invite you to bring your elbows directly under your shoulders. Hands flat, palms facing down and forward. Palms are facing forward. Your feet are the width of your mat with the tops of your feet pressing into the mat. Inhale here to elongate your spine. So again, you see the common theme? Shoulders down, away from your back to open up your chest. You can widen your hands and press nice and strong into the mat through your hands. Notice what your glutes is doing in this pose. It might want to tighten up. Give yourself permission to release any tension in your glutes so you can protect your lower back here. So release your glutes, relax them. Gaze directly in front of you, shoulders still down and away, so nice and tall. When you see the Sphinx in Egypt or at the pyramids that they are at, you might notice that they're nice and proud. They're sitting up nice and tall. Shoulders are away from the ears. They're looking forward. If your head is leaning forward, go ahead and give yourself permission to bring your chin closer to your body. Notice what your body is doing right now. Where do you feel sensations? How's your upper back feeling? Because this is a slight bit of a workout for your upper back. Imagine your shoulders, your elbows coming closer to your body. So you're not sliding them closer, but engage your muscles a little to make it feel as though you're pulling your elbows closer to your body, hands still pressing into the mat. Pelvis is pressed into the ground, so you can tuck your tailbone under. The opposite of under is arching your back up. We don't want to arch our back up. Tuck your tailbone under a little into the mat, but avoid squeezing your glutes. All right. A few more seconds here. Gaze in front of you. Notice your thoughts. What are you thinking in this moment? Focus on your breath. Is it shallow? Or do you still have your deep breathing? And adjust accordingly. A few more seconds. And inhale here. Exhale, you can release. Coming onto your stomach, and then we'll just roll onto our back. So just roll on over. All right, and from here, we'll bring our knees up. And you can wrap your arms around your legs. Feel free to rock from side to side if that feels good, to get a gentle spinal massage. Just listen to your body. You can stay still if you prefer. All right, and if your blocks are nearby, you can go ahead and slide them closer to you. We're going to go into a reclined spinal twist here. So you can bring them to where your knees would fall. If you don't need them, you don't have to grab them. but this will help with keeping both shoulders flat on the mat. So you can bring your arms out wide to a T and inhale here. And then as we exhale, let your knees, both knees, fall over to the left side so they can rest on top of your block. So it's most comfortable when just under the knee, the shin is on the block versus the thigh. That's what I found. So do what's most comfortable for you. And the goal is to have both shoulders stay in contact with the mat. So if your right shoulder is lifting a little bit, maybe you lift your right arm and bring it closer to your body. But laying here in this twist, inhale here. Exhale, send your breath into your legs. Allow them to relax. So if you find that you're clenching, holding your legs tight, you can relax them here. Notice your thoughts. Notice how your hips feel. Notice where you feel sensations in your body. Notice how your spine feels in this twist. What word will you use to describe how your spine feels right now? Making a mental note, checking in with yourself. If your legs start to tense up again, just remind yourself it's okay. We can relax them. Let them relax a little bit more. And sometimes when my legs relax, my ankles might want to cross a little. If that happens, that's okay. Let them relax. Using each exhale to release a little more tension. Relax a little bit deeper. Get a little bit heavier into the mat. The earth is there to support you, so you don't have to worry about holding yourself up right now. Just notice. Take one last inhale. Exhale, we'll lift our knees, let them fall over to the right this time. And adjust your block to what's comfortable. Arms out wide to a T. Inhale here. Exhale, give your legs permission to relax. Relax both shoulders on the mat. If your left shoulder is up, again, you can bring your arm closer to your body. Just notice what you need without judgment. Give yourself what you need to succeed. And notice your thoughts here. Notice your face. Are your eyebrows furrowed? Is your nose wrinkled? Removing your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Relaxing your neck. Just notice, take inventory, check in. If your legs started to tense again, especially that top left leg, inhale here. Send your exhale to any place of tension. Focus on your breath. Taking nice big deep breaths. Really being present here. Nothing else matters in this moment. And inhale here. exhale, you can lift both knees back up to center. We'll curl into one last ball here so you can wrap your arms around. Inhale to squeeze. Exhale to release. And for this last pose, I invite you to come close to a wall. If you're near a wall, we're going to lift our legs up the wall. So it's not as crazy as it sounds if you never heard of it, but literally just laying by the wall and allowing your legs to rest up the wall. If you're not near a wall, you can literally just lift your legs up. Relax your hands either by your side, or if you want to rest one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, you can do so. But inhale here and exhale. Relax your shoulders down. Relax your hands. Relax your legs. Let them be somewhat heavy as they can be if they are supported by a wall. Otherwise, you can just let them hang above you. And notice how your body feels in this inversion. Notice the change in your mind and your thoughts and your energy after having done this mindful self-check-in practice. That's the importance of checking in, the importance of being aware and insightful. It's important to take the time to give yourself what you need so you can be the best version of you at any given time. So that's the purpose of this check-in, to go inward. Only you truly know what you need. No one else can tell you what you need. So using this time to go inward, ask yourself, what do I need? And listen for that answer. Oftentimes we know what we need, it's just hard to hear when there's so many distractions, when there's so many other voices. We want to do right, but sometimes it's hard to know what's truly right because there's so many options. But at this moment, I invite you to trust yourself, to ask yourself again, what do I need? And to listen for that answer. And acknowledge your needs without judgment, without fear, without expectation. Your needs don't have to look like anyone else's. They're unique to you, and you deserve to have them met. You deserve to be fulfilled. You deserve a fair chance at success. And only you can give that to you. No one else can. So go inward here for these last couple minutes as you ask yourself, what do I need? And don't force any answers to come, just listen. Just listen for what comes up. And trust that whatever it is, you'll be able to ensure your needs are met. You have a few minutes here. Go inward. Close your eyes and lower your gaze if you haven't already. And go inward. right, and you can gently begin to wiggle your fingers here to wake yourself back up, eyes still closed. Just wiggle your fingers and then wiggle your toes. You can flex and point your feet, roll your ankles, whatever you need to do to wake your body back up in this moment. And when you're ready, you can bring your legs down. You can rest on your side briefly in fetal pose. As we reflect on this practice, this time of self-reflection, this time of checking in, noticing what came up, what answers came up, and feeling the blood rushing back to your feet. And inhale here. Exhale, press into your hands to come back up to a comfortable seat. Even if it's a different seat from the one you took at the beginning of class, that is fine. Come to your seat. And we'll inhale to extend both arms out wide and then up above our head. Exhale, palms together into your forehead to remind yourself to be mindful of what you allow in here. What you allow into your thoughts is what you believe, which then shapes your actions and your reality. Be mindful of what you take in and remember that no one can tell you what you need more than you know what you need. Deep down, you know what you need. Bringing our palms to our lips to remind ourselves to be mindful of the words that we speak, not only to others, but most importantly to ourselves, to speak kind, life-giving words. And now bringing our palms to our heart center to remind ourselves that we have a purpose, we are loved, and to remind ourselves of the importance of checking in and to thank ourselves for taking the time to check in today. And we'll bow forward here. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate you more than you know, especially because this class is going towards my requirements for my 500-hour yoga teacher certification that I'm currently working on. And I thank you for being a part of my yoga journey and a part of my personal growth and my life path. I appreciate you. The light in me sees the light in you, and I hope to see you back here again practicing with me soon. Thank you. Bye.